In section 1.2, problem number 63, we're going to use the properties of similar triangles to find the value of x. So our first task is to find the relationship here. So I see that here's my 90-degree angle. So that means that the hypotenuse is C and G, so those are going to be proportional to, let's see, the short side. So that's A, and the short leg is F. So my first triangle is the top, and my second triangle is the bottom. And that is equal to the long leg is proportional to the long leg here, so that equals B is to E. So be careful matching those up. You'll notice that it's not ABC equals EFG in this case. The order is changing. So you got to look at the shape of the triangle, make sure those shapes, the sides are corresponding. So C corresponds to G, A corresponds to F, B corresponds to E, because they're opposite of those angles. All right, now our task is to fill in what we have. On 63, we have A, B, E, and F. So we're using A and F and B and E. We don't really need the C and G right now. So I'm going to use this part of our proportion. A is x minus 1. F is 2 minus 1. Oops, sorry, 2x minus 1. B is 2x. And E is the 6x. All right, now to solve this proportion, I'm going to cross multiply, which means I take these two multiplied equals these two. So that is 6x times x minus 1. Make sure you put parentheses because that fraction bar is a grouping symbol. So when I multiply it, I need to keep that group. The x minus 1 is its own group, the whole thing multiplied by 6x. And on the left, let me actually erase. Nope. Okay. On the other side, I have 2x times the group of 2x minus 1, the quantity of. So there's my cross multiplication. Now I need to distribute to get rid of the parentheses. So I'm going to distribute the 6x into here, and I get 6x squared minus 6x. And on the right, I have 2x times 2x, which gives me 4x squared. And 2x times negative 1 is minus 2x. Okay, so now I have a quadratic. I have x squared, and I'm going to combine my like terms here. So I'm going to subtract the 4x squared from both sides to get the x squared on the left. So on the right side it cancels, and on the left I get 2x squared. And combining the x's, I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So it cancels on the right, and on the right I end up getting 0. And on the left I get minus 4x. I chose to put everything on the left and 0 on the right because I see that I have a quadratic, I have an x squared, which means the first step would be set it equal to 0. Now what I have here is I have, remember when I factor, I want to look for GCF first, make those numbers smaller and easier to work with. So here I see a common factor of 2, there's a 2 in both of those, and there's an x. So I can factor out a 2x. So this piece divided by 2x leaves me with 1x and minus. And then this piece divided by 2x leaves me with just 2. Okay. Now I can apply the zero product property, which says if two numbers are multiplied together equals 0, then one of them must be 0. So either 2x equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. If 2x equals 0, that means x equals 0. And if x minus 2 equals 0, that would mean x equals 2. So x is either 0 or 2. Let's look back at our numbers here. If x was 0, that would mean side A is negative. A is not negative because A is a length. So this one I can disqualify, and I have my final answer of x equals 2. So now I take my x equals 2 and I plug it in here to find A, B, E, and S. So A equals x minus 1, which equals 2 minus 1, because I'm replacing the x with a 2, and I get 1. See, B equals 2x, and x is 2, so that's 2 times 2, and I get 4. E equals 6x, and x is 2, so that's 6 times 2, which is 12. And F equals 2x minus 1, x is 2, so that's 2 times 2 minus 1, so that's 4 minus 1, which is 3. And there are my final answers.